was just like blown away by the beauty of this structure. And I kind of thought to myself, like, wow, this is just a work of art, basically. And I just wanted to learn how to do that, I guess.
I actually have something called synesthesia, which is, I think the best way to describe it is like a sixth sense. So um, it can be correlated with different senses and they kind of tie each other together. So I have auditory synesthesia, which means when I hear certain noises or music, I see it in my head. I see it along with the world around me. So I always have had the instinct to put it down on paper. So like even from a young age, I was always like in sketchbooks and always drawing the things that I saw both, I guess, with that second instinct I have and both in the real world. And it was like another way to help me express myself. And I've always been really passionate about mental health awareness through art. It's something that helped me a lot in early high school and everything. I can definitely say that the power of expression in art probably saved my life at one point in time. And it's something I find really powerful, and it's something that I want to be able to share with other people and teach them how to do it. And so I wanted to kind of take an influence with that and teaching people how to express and the power that art can have as almost like a therapy. And I wanted to start designing my own business with it, which is what got me interested in the program. The suicide awareness aspect of it came from when I went to my freshman orientation at my school. When they were doing everything, they were talking about their therapy resources and other things like that. And they said that suicide was the second leading cause of death for 15 to 24-year-olds. And it was something that really resonated with me when they had talked about it after having my own issues with mental health and things like that. And then after about a month since I started school, a student committed suicide right across the street from my apartment.
Oh,
And it was just very jarring for me. And, it was just really heartbreaking in a lot of different ways. And so I wanted to try to come up with a solution for that in any way that I could. And I started working with those professors, and I've started designing a product that we're going to try to install at parking garages and other things like that at our schools. And it's almost like a life alert button for college students instead. And so I'll be designing like a different series of keychains and accessories and things like that. And on the back, they'll have a QR code that you scan with your phone that takes you to like a website that I'm designing that has different networking and positive videos and things like that, and resources like the suicide prevention hotline. So it'll almost be like something you can carry in your pocket as like an emergency resource. And so I just finished my application to the program just a couple weeks ago, and I'm waiting to hear back. But I'm going to start developing that next year and start working on like painting installations and things like that around my school after I get accepted to it.
Okay. I know this sounds boring, but I'm going to tell you the story of how I got a new job. Trust me, this one involves a mime, a medium, and, well, me.
I really believe in using like social consciousness and awareness to further aid in arts. Specifically within the theater industry, I think there's so much power in a performance and the ability to see something. And I think that theater kind of has one of the most direct outlets to communicate with an audience about what they should be feeling or thinking. And I think that theater can really sway the opinion of an audience.
I like to combine a lot of media. And what I like to do is every time I create a new art project or a new art piece, my goal is to fuse all of those different art forms together. So I've actually delved into recently music production. I've delved into coding different visual aesthetics, like a generator for combining records and sound. And I've combined photography, I've combined my visual work like painting into a more technological standpoint. And so for me, my goal is to, each time I create a new piece, my goal is to further advance it, and challenge, with the way that I view my own art in more traditional forms of art. How can I make this something that will engage someone 10 years from now? How can I make this engage someone, who may not understand technology to the extent that, younger generations do? So my goal is to really, push forth the boundaries of art and technology, and essentially all multimedia practices.
Music in general is a language, and it's a thing you have to learn. You have to learn the grammar, the syntax, and once you can speak it, you can start doing poetry, or telling what issues are, or how you feel, or emotions. And I feel like the language of jazz and music is a lot easier for me to understand, and I can express finer things that words can't express, if that makes sense.
Visual development artist it's under the sort of branch that people have started using called concept art, which is, it's this big overarching thing. But visual development is all about like the process when you're working on either a film or a TV show, a movie, or a game, anything. Basically, a visual development artist, what my job is to fill spaces with stuff that is cohesive with the film's world or the game's world. So if I were like making a bar or something, I would be putting in custom made like tables, and like maybe if it was like a big fishing village and there's like monsters everywhere, there'd be like tusks hanging from the walls, or just all sorts of crazy stuff. It's just my job to figure out what goes into that room and makes that room unique and actually say something. My mom was an incredible influence on me. She helped foster my creative spirit, because my dad, as much as I love my dad, he doesn't really understand that sort of thing. And I get that. It's not for everyone. He's from Pakistan, so they don't really, having an artist in the family, success is a big thing for his nation and our family. So being an artist is not entirely seen as a successful career path. A lot of my family has gone on to like try and like pursue doctrines and be like medical professionals. So my mom kind of helped push me some more into that direction of being an artist, and wanting to actually pursue my passion, and regardless of what the rest of the family is or wants to do.
I chose creative writing because I've just been in love with words and books since I was a kid. It really helped me through some of the most difficult times in my life, and all I want to do is be able to give that back to other people by writing my own books or helping other people create books to sort of give some of that support back. Like when I do fiction and kind of that one side of my brain, I hope I can take other people away into sort of a different world to experience what I had as a kid. And then sort of the more nonfiction side, I've been lucky enough to work with like a variety of different people and help with whatever their goals are, whether it's helping like tailor a LinkedIn profile or a resume. It's really been amazing to meet a bunch of different people and get to help them on whatever they want to do.
I grew up in a household with two musicians as parents. So I grew up pretty much exclusively listening to like the light classical radio, like Beethoven, Mozart, Respighi, that kind of thing. And I grew up throughout orchestra, playing violin and clarinet and trumpet and piano. Basically, I was a classical musician my whole life. I wanted to be a concert violinist, playing solo around the world, and concert master. That was like my life goal. And then, since my dad's a trumpet player, I started getting more invested in the trumpet, and slowly started getting into different jazz things.